Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and good morning from Imjin. We are about a couple miles from the North Korean border at the DMZ on a tour today, and we are going to be stopping here in Imjin to hop on a gondola, look over the river that is close to the border. Then we're going to go to the suspension bridge. It's one of the longest suspension bridge. It might be the longest, actually, in all of Asia. And then we're going to finish off the day going to the actual DMZ Observatory, possibly get a look into North Korea, one of the invasion tunnels. So it should be pretty cool. Awesome opportunity to be here. And glad to have you guys along for the ride. So we'll check it out today.
So recall, this is a peace bell. Peace bell, we made this bell year 2000 millennium, wishing for the peace in this area. Inside of that iron bell, we put all the bullets. We picked up from this area and put it there, and then wishing for the peace in this area for the never happen this Korean War again. So we ring the bell once a year, New Year's Day, 7 times. Yes. So what we're gonna do, we will take a group picture in front of the peace bell of a lost hometown. And inside in the blackboard, it's a lyrics from the OST of the TV program. It's a real story about the singer looking for the parent. Was saying rain, shine, wind, snow, missing my hometown for 30 years. Where is mom? Where is dad? I'm looking for my parents. I never gonna give up my finding you. We gonna unite one day. We'll never give up. So we can stay in South Korea, but they didn't want to because hometown there and the family is in North Korea, so they wanted to go back. So ever since they go back, never coming back. So we call it Bridge of No Return. So this is the original bridge. It's not really stable because it's just for the same reason we're not crossing over. Train over here. Station inside, we're gonna take a look at later for the daily tour. Maybe the Dora train station because it's a military zone, so we need permission. But this train is the last train station for all the people to use. And what you can see, the black train is the original train for the last train running on the Gyeongnisan Rail. Very, very last train, real train running on the Gyeongnisan.
So I just bought a booklet of North Korean money. It's the only place along the border where you can buy the banknotes. It's actually illegal to buy, sell, trade this stuff from North Korea. So they do have a limited supply in South Korea. Kind of interesting. Okay, so now we're heading over to this building, and this is where I'm gonna hop on a gondola that goes over the Imjin River. I saw the route, it doesn't look too far, but go across the river and see if we can get a better look at the riverbed and the southern tip of the DMZ. So this is where we'll be going, the civilian access control line. So this is further south of the actual DMZ, but it's to control civilians getting to the DMZ. So we'll be heading to the access control line. We'll be heading to the civilian access control line, and then obviously the DMZ later. Okay, got the ticket. We're heading to the boarding area now. Alright, we just got off the gondola. Now we're gonna walk up this path to one of the observatories. It doesn't look into North Korea, it looks in the south and along the river, along the southern tip of the DMZ and the civilian control zone. So, still should be a pretty cool view. The guide said that all around the fences for the southern and northern military lines, as well as the civilian control zone, they're supposedly surrounded by minefields. I don't know if that's true, but I'm not gonna stick around and find out. So all these ribbons that you see, they're called wish ribbons, and people write a message on their time on fences all around, and essentially those ribbons represent a longing for reunification on the Korean, a peaceful reunification on the Korean peninsula. So you'll see these ribbons everywhere around the DMZ. Coming up to the observatory now. Viewing platform, I should say. Yeah, like I was saying, this doesn't look out into North Korea. It looks out along the Imjin River and South Korea. But this part of the DMZ, it's a little bit different. Like you would think North Korea is north, right? Behind me. Well, in this part of the border, North Korea is actually west and north. So if you keep going straight down that way, over that hill, a few kilometers, that is North Korea. Down that way. This is the Imjin River that separates the two countries, and we're just on the outside of the southern civilian control zone. So it's pretty cool that we're here, and we're probably going to go a little bit further when we go to the actual DMZ a little bit later. You know, North Korea is west. I mean, it obviously also is north. And right behind us, over the hills, that direction, that's where the nearest North Korean city of Kaesong is. So this kind of shows the viewpoint. These hills didn't exist, of Kaesong and surrounding little villages. So I hope to get a better look later, more clear, of actual North Korea. So we'll see. Gonna head back now.
Yellow.
Yellow? Thanks. Gotta meet up with the bus in about 10 minutes. So that was cool. It was a cool view. Got the gondola to myself this time. That's nice.
Welcome aboard the Imjin River. From here, Kaesong in North Korea is 20 kilometers away, and Pyongyang is 160 kilometers away. The bridge you see to the northeast is the Unification Bridge, which connects Kaesong and Pyongyang in North Korea. In 1998, Chung Ju-young, the chairman of South Korea's Hyundai Group, crossed this bridge to North Korea with a herd of cattle.
That's this bridge right up
To the
there.
east of the Unification Bridge is the Daeokjin Fortress, a National Historic Site, number 537, of ancient Korea from the Goguryeo period. The railway bridge visible to the southwest is the Gyeonggi Line Railroad
It's
Bridge.
this bridge over
This
here.
bridge, designated as Gyeonggi-do Monument number 162, links Seoul in South Korea and Sinuiju in North Korea. As of now, the tourist train only goes as far as Dorasan Station. Next to it, you can see the remnants of the Dokdae Bridge, marred by bullet holes and bomb damage from the Korean War, a poignant symbol of national sorrow. The tallest point of the gondola is 58 meters high, providing an excellent photo opportunity as it passes over the Imjin River and into the northern boarding area. The Imjin River 는 한국 전쟁으로 민족의 슬픔을 안고 있는 도깨다리입니다. 곤돌라 지주의 최고 높이는 50m이며 임진강을 관통하여 민통선 지역.
Okay, wrapping up here at the gondola stop. We're heading back on the bus to go to the suspension bridge and then the main stop, Invasion Tunnel in DMZ. The Gamakasan Mountain Bridge trailhead.
Over here this way, this only one way. Come up this way.
Alright, coming up to the bridge now. About a 10-minute hike. Sure.
Okay, you can. Okay, 1, 2, 3. You can say kimchi. One more time. Good try.
감사합니다.
I'll see you 11 in the bus.
Okay.
Hello, welcome.
Alright, let's walk across this now.
유리는 깨질 거.
Oh, this is crazy. Look at this. Oh my god. It's beautiful. Probably not advisable if you're scared of heights, because we are moving. This is awesome, dude. So we keep walking over the mountains, over the peaks you see off to the left. You're in North Korea. So keep walking a couple kilometers and you're in North Korea. This was the site of a major battle toward the end of the war that involved British troops, mainly when it was when the Chinese entered the war and flooded, 1.3 million troops, I think, onto the peninsula. So this is where it was mainly British troops fought toward the end of the war. Alright, well, we made it to the end. Took about 2 minutes or so to cross. But this thing is absolutely wild. Look at it. That's so cool. Hiked up from the bridge, way down there. Alright, back on the bus now. We're gonna load everybody up and head off to the DMZ. All along the riverside, you can see them right there on the little embankment. They have defensive fighting positions, the machine gun nest. See if we can see some more. Yeah, we got some more coming up. Under is filled with dynamite and it's used as a tank barricade in the event of an invasion to block the road leading to Seoul. It blows up and then it closes the entire road. Essentially a bunch of debris and metal barricades in there that gets blown up and all of it falls on the road. We're at the army checkpoint now, doing passport checks. I'm not allowed to film anything, what's going on, but as soon as we get checked and processed through, we're going to be crossing the Unification Bridge heading into the DMZ officially. So should be there soon. There's going to be a lot of things that I won't be able to film, but I'm going to try to get as much as possible.
Okay, this way please.
Just got off the bus and we're heading to the third invasion tunnel. This was found in 1978 and it was one of 4, at least that are found right now, that were being built underneath the DMZ by the North Koreans to invade the South. I won't be able to film or do anything inside, so we'll see. Alright, so like I said, you can't really film inside the tunnel. Well, you can't. You have to go through a metal detector and check in all your items. But what I can tell you is you go down underground about 350 meters and then you get to the main crawl space, and that is about, I don't know, 5 to 6 feet tall max. You're like hunched over, walking the whole way to a viewpoint, and the viewpoint looks out into North Korea, the North Korean side of the tunnel. You go up to pretty close to the military demarcation line, and there's a viewing window that allows you to look into the North Korean side of the tunnel. It's a hike to get down and up. It's not bad though. I have to wear a hard hat because it is really tiny. But it's something pretty similar like this. A little tiny window. It's what you get all the way at the end. You're 170 meters from the MDL, and you look out in the window like this into the North Korean side. The reason it doesn't go all the way up to the MDL is over the years they've built airtight barricades, 3 of them, in case of any like chemical or like nerve agent attack, stuff that the North Koreans do have in their arsenal. So really cool being able to go down there. It's too bad I couldn't take any videos or pictures, but wouldn't recommend if you're claustrophobic. That's all I gotta say. But it was really awesome. It's a pretty good replica of that's actually a lot bigger than the tunnel itself, like wider I should say, and taller. But really cool. I got up pretty close to the MDL. It's like the official border. I got to look into North Korea. After this, I believe we're going to the Dora Observatory, and hopefully there I can get a real glimpse and show you guys into North Korea. So, all right, I'll catch you guys the next stop. This statue, I guess you can call it a statue, looks really similar to something Saddam Hussein built in just outside of Baghdad after the Iran-Iraq War. This here is more of a unification, like they're putting the pieces back together to form one Korean peninsula. The Saddam one was more of taking it apart, like taking a sphere apart because something was missing between the two longtime allied countries, but interesting. So we are still right outside of the infiltration tunnel, the DMZ sign. We are officially in the DMZ. We're actually past the original military demarcation line, which is crazy. So after the war, we would have been at least a few hundred meters. We drove over it. Again, couldn't take a picture or video of it, which sucks. But yeah, we're officially in the DMZ and over the original MDL. So at this point, they extended, because when they found the tunnel, they extended the MDL so tourists can still come here. But we are pretty far north. Pretty cool. In the back of the tunnel, I guess now built on top of the tunnel, they have this nice garden. But you can see if I walk over here, try to zoom in a little bit, you'll see minefield sign. And this is the new MDL just on the other side of this, because I'm standing on top of the tunnel right now, and the tunnel goes out for over 1,000 meters into North Korea, but the MDL is only just a few hundred yards in front of me, and all around the MDL, the South Koreans dropped landmines via airplane after the war. So the entire area around the military demarcation line is littered with landmines that they can't find because they dropped them over a large swath of area. And dropping, I don't know, landmines from an airplane, not very accurate. So they've built up a lot of intrusion detection fence lines with like electro wires and various camera systems to keep people safe. And it sucks because they also built this around the Imjin River, because they've found mines washed up in the river and floating down for years now. So the civilians and locals can't even go into the river. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Faintly in the background, you hear these loudspeakers. Those propaganda speakers. Now South Korea and North Korea both have them, and what the South Koreans broadcast are K-pop, and this lady talking right now, she is essentially explaining what the developed Western world is as a piece of propaganda to try and persuade more defectors to come into South Korea. So she's educating them right now, talking about how life is in Seoul, South Korea, and how it's so much different, so much better than what they're facing in North Korea. Alright, we now are heading to Dora Observatory, which is up that hill over there. We won't be able to take a whole lot of pictures or videos in certain places inside, but we'll see what we can get. This is the viewpoint when we get up there that looks into North Korea.
So come this way, please. Watch out. Okay. I'm here. We're gonna have a little quick break, and then we're.
So we're up on the observatory floor right now. This is looking south, back into South Korea. They're pretty strict on what we can film facing north. But they have a cafe up here, viewing deck. The third floor with outdoor deck with binoculars, that's currently closed because apparently a few weeks ago, the North Korean guard post, which is, maybe a kilometer, some change away, they were using the tourists on top as zeroing distances for their rifles and artillery. So that's closed right now. Here's another viewing deck.
Flag was torn down, and then we built one.
Alright, we're heading out of the observatory now. I was able to snag a little bit. Put my camera through the opening of my hat, like on the snapback part, the strap. So I was, I think I was able to get a clip into North Korea. I have a giant flagpole. Kind of difficult to see with the naked eye. But with some type of magnifier binoculars, you can see it pretty clearly. I think it's 160 meters high. One of the tallest flagpoles in the world. They kept dueling with South Korea, who could have the bigger flagpole. Eventually, South Korea just let them have it, because if that's the victory you want, go for it. Old Kimmy, go for it. But yeah, it's actually it's very bizarre going to an observation deck to look into another country, and largely what you see, at least closest to the border, they're all propaganda villages. Nobody lives there, nobody works there. Houses don't have roofs, windows are fake. It's very odd. It's very odd. it's just a weird feeling being here, and this being such a popular tourist attraction. Meanwhile, they have SBRMs and artillery on top of the mountains pointed at Seoul and the surrounding areas. It's just odd, super interesting, kind of eerie. But yeah, I don't know really how to feel, to be honest with you. We just entered one of the villages. They're called unification villages, and they're small civilian villages inside the DMZ. Only 140 people live in here.
So any kind of military action going on, you have to
And the government, it gives you land that you can farm, you don't have to pay tax, and you don't have to serve in the military. But everyone still gets trained
you buy some special item
for military service because of where they live.
Good quality, very good price
Because if there's an invasion, they will be forced to fight.
All kind of ginseng tea, stuff, ginseng beer, they even selling ginseng beer, and North Korean wine they are selling too. And best ginseng will be the 100% concentrate liquid ginseng will be good quality with 6 year the mark. And also, I know it's kind of weird. You know everybody Korea famous for the cosmetic. They selling the cosmetic, snail cream. One day you get younger for the snail cream. It's anti-aging, and that price all the cosmetic stuff cheaper than the olive oil because this is a military price. They support to selling to the military soldiers. At the
taking us to,
area, they're selling the
I think it's just like a PX for the Rock Army.
So check it out, all the items,
Or a
and then back
marketplace.
to hereby, to sorry, thank you. And in the front there's a washroom. Inside the building there's a
Maybe it's just a
pizza shop
normal
inside.
market. The way she was explaining it seemed like it was a PX for the Rock Army. We'll see. This looks like local products. I think she also said they have some North Korean stuff in here. But we'll check things out. We're in like the ginseng capital of the world in this region. Ginseng wine. They got some North Korean wine. I'm all over it. I just need to find it. Alright, y'all, just got back from the DMZ. What an experience, what a day. Unbelievably grateful to have that opportunity. That was really awesome. We got to go to the suspension bridge, a unification village, the 3rd Invasion Tunnel. That got us about 150 meters from the military demarcation lines, like the actual border. We got to see into North Korea from the Dora Observatory. It couldn't have asked for a better day. It was a long one, and this was the right way to end my trip. I've been here for almost a month, and I couldn't have thought of a better way to kind of put the cherry on top. So, very grateful to have been here for so long, experience the things I've experienced, meet some friends. It's been great. So Korea is definitely on the list that I would like to come back to. But signing off from South Korea. Thank you guys for tagging along. Until the next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, everybody have a great day. See you guys soon.